Why lonely people overthink everything? There's a strange kind of silence that only lonely people understand, not the silence of any empty room, but the silence after sending a message and staring at the screen, waiting for a reply. The silence after laughing alone at your own joke. The silence of walking through a crowded street, feeling invisible to everyone around you, and inside that silence, the mind gets louder, way louder, because when people do not have someone to talk to, they start talking to themselves again and again and again. That's why lonely people overthink everything, not because they want to, but because their brain has nowhere else to go. A lonely mind becomes a detective. It analyzes every text. Why did they say okay instead of okay? Did I sound wild? Maybe I talked too much. Maybe I should have stayed quiet. Every male moment becomes evidence for a crime that probably never happened. And the worst part, the brain thinks it is protecting you because loneliness changes the way humans experience the world. When someone feels emotionally disconnected for too long, their nervous system enters survival mode. The brain starts scanning for rejection, for danger, for signs people might leave. Even harmless situations start feeling personal. A delayed reply feels like abandonment. A change in tone feels like betrayal. A simple mistake feels like proof that you are not enough. That's what loneliness does. It runs ordinary moments into emotional emergencies. But here's where it gets darker. Or things does not just create anxiety, it creates paralyzes lonely people reaches conversations that never happen. They imagine screeners that never come true. They relive old memories, trying to find the exact moment they became hard to love, and slowly they stop trusting themselves because when your only companion is your own mind, thoughts stop feeling like thoughts. They start feeling like facts, and eventually the person becomes trapped inside a mental prison built entirely from assumption. But loneliness is deceptive. It tells people you are alone because nobody understands you, but often people are not lonely because nobody cares. They are lonely because they have been hurt so deeply that vulnerability feels dangerous, so they isolate, then overthink, then isolate on more. It becomes a loop, a silent war nobody says, and maybe that's why some of the deepest people are also the loneliest because they notice everything energy, tone, distance, change. They feel conversation long after they end. They carry words for years, and while the word causes them too sensitive, the truth is they just learn to survive emotionally without feeling safe emotionally. But listen carefully. Overthinking is not intelligence, it is unresolved fear disguised as preparation, and healing begins the moment someone realizes not every silence means rejection, not every mistake defines your worth, not every person is planning to leave. Sometimes people are simply busy, sometimes life is complicated, and sometimes the brain creates storm inside rooms that were always calm. The lonely mind needs connections, not perfection, because humans were never designed to carry existence alone. And maybe the strongest thing a lonely person can do is stop trying to decode every little thing and finally allow themselves to be seen imperfectly. One real conversation can silence a thousand emergency ones. One genuine connection can calm years of mental noise, and one moment of self understanding can change everything because the truth is, lonely people do not overthink because they are weak. They overthink because their mind has been fighting battles their heart never healed from. So, if you are the person laying awake at 2 a.m., replying conversation in your head, this is your reminder. You do not have to solve your entire life tonight. Your worth is not hidden inside someone else's reply speed, and peace brings when you stop treating every thought like the truth. Sometimes the mind creates chaos when the soul simply needs connection, and maybe, just maybe, you were never broken, only alone for too long. And thank you.